A rejection, it's something we all fear and dread. Whether it's in our personal relationships, our professional lives, or even our creative endeavors, the sting of rejection can leave us feeling lost and inadequate. But what if I told you that rejection doesn't have to be the end of the road? What if instead it could be a stepping stone to something greater? In this video, we're going to explore how the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can help you face rejection with grace, resilience, and a newfound strength that you never knew you had. Rejection is a universal experience, from the job you didn't get, the relationship that didn't work out, to the ideas that were dismissed. We all encounter moments in life where we feel like we're not enough. The pain of rejection can be overwhelming, leading to feelings of self-doubt, insecurity, and even despair. But what if there was a way to transform these feelings into something positive? What if we could use rejection as a tool for personal growth, rather than a source of pain? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has been guiding people through life's toughest challenges for centuries. Stoicism teaches us to accept the things we cannot control and to focus our energy on what we can change: our thoughts, our actions, and our attitudes. By embracing Stoic principles, we can learn to see rejection not as a reflection of our worth, but as an opportunity to grow and improve. In this video, we'll dive deep into the Stoic approach to dealing with rejection. We'll explore key concepts such as the dichotomy of control, the importance of self-awareness, and the power of resilience. You'll learn practical strategies for applying these principles to your own life, helping you to navigate rejection with grace and confidence. Whether you're facing rejection in your personal life, at work, or in your creative pursuits, this video will equip you with the tools you need to turn rejection into a powerful force for positive change. So if you're ready to stop fearing rejection and start embracing it as a stepping stone to success, keep watching. Rejection is one of the most painful experiences we can face. It challenges our sense of self-worth and can leave us questioning our value, whether it's being passed over for a job, being turned down by a potential partner, or having our ideas dismissed. Rejection can trigger a deep emotional response. This response is rooted in our basic human need for acceptance and belonging. When we're rejected, it can feel like a personal attack, a sign that we're not good enough. But why does rejection hurt so much? One reason is that it taps into our fears and insecurities. It reinforces the negative beliefs we may already hold about ourselves, that we're not talented enough, not attractive enough, or not worthy of success. Rejection can also create a sense of isolation, as we may feel that others don't see our value, or that we're not as connected to others as we thought. The impact of rejection can be profound. It can lead to feelings of depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. In some cases, it can even cause us to give up on our goals and dreams altogether. When we're repeatedly rejected, it can feel like the universe is conspiring against us, and we may start to believe that we're destined for failure. However, it's important to recognize that rejection is not a reflection of our worth. It's simply a part of life, a part that everyone experiences at some point. The challenge is not to avoid rejection, but to learn how to deal with it in a healthy and constructive way. This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism teaches us that our value is not determined by external factors, but by our internal character and actions. Rejection, therefore, does not diminish our worth. It's simply an external event that we can choose how to respond to. By shifting our focus from external validation to internal growth, we can begin to see rejection not as a failure, but as an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. The challenge then is to change our perspective on rejection. Instead of seeing it as something to be feared, we can learn to see it as a natural part of the journey towards success. By embracing rejection and using it as a tool for self-improvement, we can build resilience and develop a stronger sense of self-worth. In the following sections, we'll explore how Stoic principles can help us achieve this mindset shift and equip us with the tools to face rejection with courage and confidence. The philosophy of Stoicism offers a wealth of wisdom for dealing with rejection and other challenges in life. At the heart of Stoicism is the idea that we cannot control external events, but we can control how we respond to them. This concept, known as the dichotomy of control, is central to the Stoic approach to life and is particularly relevant when it comes to dealing with rejection. The dichotomy of control teaches us that there are two types of things in life: those that are within our control and those that are not. Our thoughts, actions, and attitudes fall into the first category, while external events, other people's opinions and outcomes, fall into the second. When we encounter rejection, it's important to recognize that the rejection itself is outside of our control. We cannot control how others perceive us or the decisions they make. What we can control, however, is how we choose to respond to that rejection. By focusing on what is within our control, we can shift our attention away from the pain of rejection and towards personal growth. This shift in focus can be incredibly empowering, as it allows us to take charge of our own lives and move forward with confidence. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong or why we were rejected, we can ask ourselves what we can learn from the experience and how we can use it to improve. Another key Stoic principle that can help us deal with rejection is the practice of self-awareness. The Stoics believe that self-knowledge is essential for living a good life. By understanding our own thoughts, emotions, and motivations, we can gain greater control over how we respond to external events. When it comes to rejection, self-awareness allows us to recognize our own emotional reactions and take steps to manage them in a healthy way. For example, if we notice that rejection triggers feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt, we can use this awareness to challenge those negative beliefs and replace them with more constructive thoughts. We can remind ourselves that rejection does not define us and that our worth is not dependent on external validation. By cultivating a strong sense of self-awareness, we can become more resilient in the face of rejection and better equipped to handle the emotional challenges it presents. Resilience is another important concept in Stoicism. The Stoics believed that resilience is the ability to endure hardship and bounce back from adversity. When we face rejection, resilience allows us to keep going, even when things don't go our way. It's about having the strength to persevere in the face of setbacks and to continue striving towards our goals, even when we encounter obstacles. One way to build resilience is by practicing acceptance. Acceptance is the ability to acknowledge and embrace reality, even when it's difficult or painful. The Stoics taught that we should accept the things we cannot change and focus our energy on what we can control. When we're rejected, acceptance allows us to let go of the need for approval and to move forward without dwelling on the past. Acceptance does not mean resignation. It's not about giving up or settling for less. Instead, it's about recognizing that we cannot control everything in life and that rejection is a natural part of the human experience. By accepting rejection, we can free ourselves from the emotional turmoil it often brings and use it as an opportunity to grow and improve. Another powerful tool in the Stoic toolkit is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to stay present and fully engaged in the current moment without being overwhelmed by thoughts about the past or the future. When we're mindful, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This can be incredibly helpful when dealing with rejection, as it allows us to maintain our composure and respond to the situation in a calm and rational manner. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of focusing on what truly matters in life. They believe that our happiness and fulfillment come not from external achievements or validation, but from living in accordance with our values and principles. When we're rejected, it can be easy to lose sight of what's really important and to become consumed by the desire for approval or success. However, by staying true to our values and focusing on what matters most, we can maintain a sense of purpose and direction, even in the face of rejection. For example, if one of our core values is personal growth, we can view rejection as an opportunity to learn and develop. If our value is integrity, we can take pride in knowing that we stayed true to ourselves, even if others didn't recognize our worth. By aligning our actions with our values, we can find meaning and fulfillment, regardless of external outcomes. In summary, Stoicism offers a powerful framework for dealing with rejection. By focusing on what we can control, cultivating self-awareness, building resilience, practicing acceptance, and staying true to our values, we can transform rejection into a source of strength and personal growth. In the next section, we'll explore a specific Stoic technique that can help you apply these principles in your own life and turn rejection into a stepping stone for success. One of the most powerful Stoic techniques for dealing with rejection is the practice of negative visualization. Negative visualization, also known as premeditatio malorum, is the practice of imagining the worst possible outcomes in any given situation. By mentally preparing for the possibility of rejection or failure, we can reduce the emotional impact if it does happen and approach the situation with greater calm and composure. The idea behind negative visualization is not to dwell on negative outcomes or to become pessimistic. Instead, it's about mentally rehearsing how we would handle rejection or failure so that we're not caught off guard if it happens. This technique can help us build emotional resilience and reduce anxiety, as we've already considered the worst-case scenario and are prepared to face it. To practice negative visualization, start by identifying a situation where you fear rejection. It could be applying for a job, asking someone out on a date, or presenting an idea to your boss. Next, imagine the worst possible outcome: being turned down, dismissed, or criticized. Visualize how you would feel in that moment and how you would respond. Consider what steps you would take to move forward and what you could learn from the experience. By imagining the worst-case scenario, you can mentally prepare yourself for the possibility of rejection and reduce the emotional impact if it happens. You'll also be better equipped to handle the situation with grace and composure, as you've already rehearsed how you would respond. Negative visualization can also help you put rejection into perspective. When we imagine the worst possible outcome, we often realize that it's not as catastrophic as we initially feared. We may come to see that rejection is a temporary setback, not a permanent failure, and that we have the strength to overcome it and continue moving forward. For example, imagine that you've applied for your dream job, but you're worried about being rejected. Through negative visualization, you might imagine receiving an email that says you didn't get the job. At first, you might feel disappointed or discouraged. But as you continue to visualize the situation, you might also imagine yourself taking a deep breath, accepting the outcome, and considering your next steps. You might visualize yourself applying for other jobs, reaching out to your network for support, or even taking some time to reflect on what you've learned from the experience. By the end of the exercise, you may find that you feel more prepared to handle rejection and more confident in your ability to move forward. In addition to reducing the emotional impact of rejection, negative visualization can also help you appreciate the positive aspects of your life. When we imagine losing something, we often come to value it more. This can help us develop a greater sense of gratitude and contentment, even in the face of rejection. For example, if you're worried about being rejected in a relationship, negative visualization can help you appreciate the connection you currently have, rather than focusing on the fear of losing it. By imagining the possibility of rejection, you may come to value the time you spend with your partner more and approach the relationship with greater appreciation and mindfulness. In conclusion, negative visualization is a powerful Stoic technique that can help you prepare for rejection and build emotional resilience. By mentally rehearsing the worst possible outcomes, you can reduce the emotional impact of rejection and approach the situation with greater calm and composure. You can also use negative visualization to put rejection into perspective and to develop a greater sense of gratitude for the positive aspects of your life. One of the most prominent examples of a modern celebrity who has successfully incorporated Stoic principles into their life, especially when dealing with rejection, is actor and former professional wrestler Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His journey from struggling with rejection and failure to becoming one of the most successful and influential figures in entertainment today is a powerful testament to the effectiveness of Stoic wisdom. Dwayne Johnson's story begins long before he became a household name. In the early 1990s, Johnson had dreams of becoming a professional football player. He played college football at the University of Miami, where he was part of a national championship team. However, despite his dedication and talent, Johnson's dream of playing in the NFL was shattered when he went undrafted. He eventually signed with the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League, but his time there was short-lived. Just 2 months into the season, Johnson was cut from the team and his football career came to an abrupt and painful end. This moment of rejection could have easily led to despair and a downward spiral. For many, the crushing blow of seeing a lifelong dream evaporate in an instant would have been too much to bear. However, it was in this moment of adversity that Johnson began to unknowingly embrace Stoic principles. Rather than wallow in self-pity, he chose to view this setback as an opportunity for growth. In interviews, Johnson has often spoken about how this period of his life was one of the most formative, teaching him resilience, perseverance, and the importance of focusing on what he could control. After his football career ended, Johnson made the decision to follow in his father and grandfather's footsteps by pursuing a career in professional wrestling. Despite his family's legacy in the industry, Johnson's early wrestling career was not without its own challenges and rejections. When he debuted in WWE as Rocky Maivia, he was initially met with a mixed reception from fans who saw his character as too bland and unrelatable. Instead of allowing this rejection to defeat him, Johnson once again turned to the Stoic principle of focusing on what he could control. He worked tirelessly to improve his skills, reinvent his character, and connect with his audience in a more authentic way. This led to the creation of The Rock, a charismatic, larger-than-life persona that would go on to captivate audiences around the world. Johnson's success in wrestling eventually opened the door to Hollywood, where he would face yet another series of rejections and challenges. Breaking into the film industry was no easy feat, and Johnson had to prove himself repeatedly, often being typecast in roles that didn't fully showcase his talent. However, through it all, Johnson remained steadfast in his Stoic mindset. He has spoken about how he learned to view each rejection not as a failure, but as a stepping stone towards success. By focusing on what he could control, his work ethic, his attitude, and his commitment to self-improvement, Johnson was able to navigate the ups and downs of his career with grace and resilience. Today, Dwayne Johnson is one of the highest paid and most beloved actors in the world, with a career that spans wrestling, acting, producing, and business. He has built an empire based on his relentless pursuit of excellence, and his story serves as a powerful reminder that rejection is not the end, but rather a beginning. It's an opportunity to reflect, grow, and ultimately succeed in ways that may have seemed impossible at the outset. Johnson's journey is a modern-day embodiment of Stoic principles in action. He teaches us that while rejection and failure are inevitable parts of life, they do not define us. What defines us is how we choose to respond to those challenges. By embracing Stoic wisdom, focusing on what we can control, maintaining our inner resilience, and using every setback as a chance to grow stronger, we can, like Dwayne Johnson, turn rejection into the foundation of our greatest successes. This connection to a well-known figure like Dwayne Johnson helps to humanize the Stoic principles discussed in this video, making them more relatable and actionable for the audience. By seeing how someone like The Rock has used these techniques to overcome rejection and achieve incredible success, viewers can be inspired to apply these same principles in their own lives, regardless of the challenges they may face. Bonus chapter, Practical Tips for Applying Stoic Concepts in Real-Life Stoicism, isn't just a philosophy to ponder. It's a way of life designed to help you navigate the challenges and uncertainties of existence with grace and resilience. The principles of Stoicism offer powerful tools that you can apply in your daily life to handle rejection, adversity, and other hard truths. In this bonus chapter, we'll dive into practical, actionable tips that will help you integrate Stoic wisdom into your routine, empowering you to live with greater peace, purpose, and fortitude. 1. Daily reflection. The power of evening journaling. One of the most effective ways to incorporate Stoic principles into your life is through daily reflection. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-examination, and this practice can be particularly useful when dealing with rejection. Every evening, set aside 10-15 minutes to reflect on your day. Consider the following questions. What events occurred today that triggered strong emotions? How did I respond to these events, especially those involving rejection or failure? Did I focus on what was within my control, or did I waste energy on things outside my influence? How could I have handled the situation more stoically? By consistently engaging in this practice, you'll start to identify patterns in your thinking and behavior, allowing you to make adjustments that align more closely with Stoic teachings. Over time, you'll find that you react to challenges with greater calmness and clarity simply because you've trained your mind to focus on what truly matters. 1. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can control. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the idea that we should focus only on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This principle is particularly important when dealing with rejection, as it helps us to detach from the outcome and instead concentrate on our efforts and attitudes. Here's how you can apply this concept in real life. Identify what's in your control. Whenever you face a situation that causes stress or anxiety, take a moment to separate the aspects that you can control from those you cannot. For example, if you're rejected from a job, you can't control the hiring manager's decision, but you can control how you present yourself in future interviews and how you improve your skills. let go of the rest. Once you've identified what's out of your control, practice letting go. This doesn't mean you ignore these factors, but rather that you accept them without letting them dominate your thoughts or emotions. This mental shift can free you from unnecessary worry and allow you to channel your energy into constructive actions. Practice mental rehearsal. Visualize situations where you might face rejection or disappointment. Mentally rehearse focusing on your actions rather than the outcome. This practice helps to condition your mind to respond more stoically when such situations arise in real life. 1. Use negative visualization. Prepare for the worst. Negative visualization is a Stoic exercise that involves imagining the worst possible scenarios that could happen in any given situation. This may sound counterintuitive, but it's a powerful tool for building resilience and reducing fear of the unknown. Here's how to practice negative visualization. Start with small concerns. Begin by thinking about minor setbacks or rejections you might encounter, such as a friend canceling plans or receiving critical feedback at work. Visualize these events happening and imagine how you would cope with them calmly and rationally. Progress to larger fears. Once you're comfortable with smaller concerns, gradually move on to larger fears, such as significant career setbacks, the end of a relationship, or other personal losses. Imagine these events in detail and consider how you could respond in a way that aligns with Stoic virtues like courage, wisdom, and temperance. Reflect on the exercise. After completing a session of negative visualization, reflect on how it made you feel. You'll likely find that the fear of these scenarios diminishes, and you feel more prepared to handle them if they do occur. This exercise also helps you appreciate the positive aspects of your life that you might otherwise take for granted. 1. Cultivate emotional resilience. Practice detachment. Stoicism teaches the importance of emotional resilience, being able to maintain a balanced state of mind regardless of external circumstances. One way to build this resilience is through the practice of detachment, which involves viewing events and emotions from an objective standpoint. Here's how you can practice detachment. Observe your emotions. When you experience strong emotions, whether it's anger, sadness, or frustration, take a step back and observe them as if you were an outside observer. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? What triggered this emotion? Question the impact. Consider whether the situation that triggered your emotion will matter in the long run. Will it still be significant a week, a month, or a year from now? This perspective can help you see the transient nature of many problems and reduce their emotional impact. Detach from outcomes. Remind yourself that your value and happiness are not tied to any specific outcome. Whether you succeed or fail, your worth remains the same. By detaching from the results of your actions, you can approach challenges with a clear mind and avoid being overwhelmed by emotions. 1. Practice voluntary discomfort. Strengthen your willpower. Voluntary discomfort is a Stoic exercise that involves deliberately putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to build mental and physical resilience. By practicing discomfort in controlled settings, you can prepare yourself to handle real-life challenges more effectively. Here are some ways to practice voluntary discomfort. Cold showers. Start your day with a cold shower. This simple act of enduring physical discomfort can help you develop mental toughness and the ability to remain calm under stress. Fasting. Occasionally skip a meal or fast for a day. Fasting not only has physical benefits, but also teaches you to tolerate hunger and discomfort, which can translate to greater self-control in other areas of life. Physical challenges. Engage in challenging physical activities, such as intense workouts, hiking, or martial arts. Pushing your body beyond its comfort zone can build both physical and mental endurance. Minimalism. Spend a day or weekend living with minimal possessions. This practice helps you detach from material comforts and appreciate the simple things in life, while also reinforcing the Stoic principle that happiness comes from within, not from external goods. 1. Apply the premeditation of evils. Prepare for challenges. The premeditation of evils, also known as premeditatio malorum, is a Stoic exercise where you anticipate potential challenges or difficulties before they arise. By mentally preparing for these events, you can reduce their impact on your emotional state and respond more effectively. Here's how to apply the premeditation of evils. Identify potential obstacles. Before starting a new project or entering a situation where rejection is possible, take a few minutes to think about what could go wrong. Consider all the possible obstacles, from minor setbacks to major failures. Visualize your response. Imagine how you would handle each of these obstacles in a stoic manner. How would you maintain your composure and continue working toward your goal, despite the challenges? Create a contingency plan. Based on your visualization, develop a plan for how you will respond if these obstacles occur. Having a plan in place can give you confidence and help you stay focused on what you can control, even in the face of adversity. 1. Cultivate a growth mindset. Turn rejection into opportunity. A key aspect of Stoicism is the belief that every challenge or setback is an opportunity for growth. By adopting a growth mindset, you can transform rejection into a valuable learning experience. Here's how to cultivate a growth mindset. Reframe rejection. Instead of viewing rejection as a failure, see it as feedback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I improve? This perspective shifts your focus from the negative aspects of rejection to the opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Embrace challenges. Seek out new challenges that push you beyond your comfort zone. Whether it's taking on a difficult project at work, learning a new skill, or facing your fears, each challenge is an opportunity to grow and develop resilience. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step forward is a sign of growth, and recognizing these achievements can help you stay motivated and focused on your long-term goals. 1. Practice mindfulness. Stay present in the moment. Mindfulness is a practice that aligns closely with Stoic principles, particularly the focus on living in the present moment and accepting things as they are. By practicing mindfulness, you can reduce stress, improve your emotional regulation, and enhance your overall well-being. Here's how to incorporate mindfulness into your daily life. Start with breathing exercises. Take a few minutes each day to practice deep, mindful breathing. Focus on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. This simple exercise can help calm your mind and bring your attention to the present moment. Engage in mindful activities. Choose an everyday activity such as eating, walking, or washing dishes, and do it mindfully. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations associated with the activity. By fully engaging in the moment, you can reduce stress and cultivate a greater sense of peace. Reflect on your thoughts. When you notice your mind wandering or getting caught up in worries, gently bring your focus back to the present moment. Acknowledge your thoughts without judgment and let them pass, returning your attention to the here and now. 1. Seek out Stoic wisdom. Learn from the masters. Finally, one of the best ways to apply Stoic principles in real life is to continually seek out wisdom from the Stoic masters, figures like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Their writings are filled with practical advice on how to live a virtuous and fulfilling life. Here's how you can learn from Stoic wisdom. Read Stoic texts. Make it a habit to read Stoic literature regularly. Start with classics like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Letters from a Stoic by Seneca, and Discourses by Epictetus. These texts offer timeless insights that can help you navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom and resilience. Listen to Stoic podcasts. There are numerous podcasts dedicated to Stoicism that offer modern interpretations of the philosophy and how to apply it in daily life. Listening to these podcasts can deepen your understanding and keep you inspired on your Stoic journey. Join a Stoic community. Consider joining a Stoic community, either online or in person. Engaging with others who share your interest in Stoicism can provide support, encouragement, and new perspectives on how to live according to Stoic principles. By following these practical tips and integrating Stoic principles into your daily routine, you can cultivate a mindset that is resilient, focused, and equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy to be studied. It's a way of life that can empower you to face challenges with courage, wisdom, and tranquility. Start applying these tips today and watch as your perspective on rejection, adversity, and life itself begins to transform. As we conclude this exploration of Stoic wisdom and its application in dealing with rejection, it's essential to reflect on the key insights and strategies we've covered throughout this video. Rejection, in its many forms, is an inevitable part of life. Whether it comes in the form of personal relationships, professional setbacks, or unfulfilled dreams, the pain of rejection can be deeply unsettling. However, as we've learned from the teachings of Stoicism, it is not the rejection itself that defines us, but how we choose to respond to it. We began by discussing the common challenges that people face when dealing with rejection. Feelings of inadequacy, fear of failure, and the overwhelming sense of loss that can accompany these experiences. We explored how Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot, offers a powerful framework for managing these emotions. By embracing the Stoic principles of resilience, personal responsibility, and self-acceptance, we can transform rejection from a source of despair into a stepping stone for personal growth and success. In the development of this video, we delve deeper into specific Stoic concepts such as the dichotomy of control, which teaches us to focus our energy on the things we can influence while letting go of what is beyond our control. We also discuss the importance of reframing rejection as an opportunity for growth and learning rather than a definitive statement on our worth. By adopting this mindset, we can cultivate inner strength and resilience, allowing us to navigate the challenges of life with greater ease and confidence. One of the most powerful moments in this video was the exploration of a real-life application of these principles through the story of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His journey from facing rejection in his football career to becoming one of the most successful entertainers in the world exemplifies the transformative power of Stoicism. By focusing on what he could control, maintaining his resilience in the face of adversity, and viewing every setback as an opportunity to grow, Johnson turned what could have been a devastating failure into the foundation of his incredible success. Through Johnson's story, we see that Stoic principles are not just abstract concepts, but practical tools that can be applied in our everyday lives. Whether we're facing rejection in our careers, relationships, or personal aspirations, these ancient teachings offer us a roadmap for overcoming challenges and emerging stronger on the other side. As we wrap up, it's crucial to remember that the lessons of Stoicism are not about denying or suppressing our emotions. Instead, they encourage us to engage with our feelings in a way that is constructive and empowering. By practicing acceptance, focusing on what we can control, and using rejection as a catalyst for growth, we can build a life that is not only resilient, but also deeply fulfilling. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on the ideas we've discussed in this video. How can you apply these Stoic principles to your own life? What rejections have you faced that, in hindsight, offered opportunities for growth? As you ponder these questions, remember that the wisdom of Stoicism is not just about surviving the hard truths of life, it's about thriving in the face of them. In conclusion, the Stoic approach to dealing with rejection is a powerful tool for personal development. By embracing these principles, you can transform your perspective on rejection, turning it from a source of pain into a stepping stone toward a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. I invite you to continue exploring Stoic philosophy and to apply its teachings to your daily life. Let rejection be the beginning of something greater, a journey of growth, learning, and ultimately success. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoic wisdom and its application in dealing with rejection. If you found value in the insights shared in this video, I encourage you to take a moment to like this video. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from these timeless teachings. And if you're interested in learning more about Stoicism, personal development, and how to live a more fulfilling life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you won't miss out on any of our future content designed to empower you with practical wisdom for everyday challenges. Also, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What's the most challenging rejection you've faced, and how did you overcome it? Your experiences might just inspire someone else on their own journey. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're always the first to know when we release a new video. Thanks again for watching, and remember, the wisdom of Stoicism is here to guide you, no matter what life throws your way. Stay strong, stay resilient, and we'll see you in the next video.